welcome to the multiverse, new comic book day. Here's what we're excited about. My pick, well, I don't know, I've got a couple of picks. I'm reading Action Comics right now. There's a great Superboy storyline. It's Superboy in Smallville doing all the Superboy things, but it's written by our favorite Mark Waid, who brings in all sorts of like super fun, kitschy kind of classic Superboy stuff. So it feels very golden agey and it's fun.
He's an encyclopedia of DC history. People appreciate, especially with the tumultuous history that Clark Kent Superboy's had since Crisis on Infinite Earth. Do we have a Superboy? Do we not have a Superboy? So this is a refreshing take. I'm going to point out that Batman Hush, as the next parts come out, it's not the podcast, so I'm not going to make jokes. But, a little late, Christmas around the corner. Hopefully we'll get the next one before Christmas. Probably not. Love Jim Lee. I don't know.
He's a busy guy.
He's popular, running DC Comics sometimes not.
Well, say about Hush. The book is good.
Yeah.
Right?
It's worthwhile.
It's a good book. I like Jeff Loeb, who's writing it. I like Jim Lee is my absolute favorite artist. Like if I had to pick an artist that's my favorite, Jim Lee is my favorite. So this book is a dream come true. I didn't think we'd ever get an actual book fully illustrated by Jim Lee again.
Another sequel for Hush, didn't.
And worst case scenario, what was the Watchmen thing?
Oh, Doomsday Clock.
Doomsday Clock.
Jeff Johns' love letter to the Watchmen.
Yeah. So worst case scenario, we get a couple of different groups, and eventually it comes out.
It could happen. Yeah.
4 Jokers that happened too, right?
3 Jokers.
3 Jokers.
Yeah,
Jokers.
That was Jeff Johns with Gary Frank.
That took forever.
It took forever, but we don't, you don't know if it's canon or it's not. So we don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But here you go, Hush. Next, the B cover of last week's Batman Matt Fraction. If you're a fan of the B covers, we have some in.
So I read that book today.
Yeah,
it's a good the comic I read. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my favorite bit in that book, there's a bit in there where Batman's on the rooftop with what used to be Commissioner Gordon, now he's a beat cop, and
Harvey.
And they're like, how is he going to disappear on us without that big bat signal? And he finds a really funny way to do it.
And he exits the panel.
It's a good bit. So I love that. So Batman Hush and Batman Excellence.
And Jason has some thoughts on Batman Static Beyond?
Oh, this looks so good. So this was actually in the there was a preview, like the first few preview pages in the back of some of our books from last week, maybe the week before too. Whatever I'm reading right now. I just read the first probably dozen pages of this, but it's Batman Beyond, which is always fun. It's static, but there's also like future Superman in here, and it's just a cool story.
For those Batman Beyond fans, there's a good chunk of the Justice League that showed up in the cartoon that's come back. It's part of this story as well, with the addition of Icon. So I know there's a large fan of Batman Beyond, Terry McGillis fans out there, and they like the little J. I can't remember if it's JLU or JF, or there's another initial at the end of it, I think. But if you're a fan of that, if you were a fan of that back in the late 90s, early 2000s, this is also the book for you. It's under the Elsewhere banner. Don't know why that is, but who cares if it's a good story?
I like that.
So we're doing that. I'm still enjoying the Fantastic Four. We got a cool cover here with Black Cat squaring off with the Invisible Woman.
Now, I was going to say 5. I thought we were on
They started over again in issue 1. Yeah, at the end when Doom took over the world, the book relaunched.
Okay.
As of course we have our facsimile editions. I don't know how many they've done these in order for the Fantastic Four. So, if you're a fan of looking at the old ads and the letter pages, but definitely upgraded colors and
scans.
Yeah, this is a great inexpensive way to have the floppy. If you don't want to do the trade to a digital download, it's great to come in there.
Probably the biggest book of the week. Youngblood.
Youngblood. So, Rob Liefeld does lend himself to being the punchline a lot of times. Not the DC character, but the butt of the jokes. And he's relaunching his book. He finally got most of the rights back. I don't really understand all of how. I mean, I know he lost them to someone and then got them back. So now he's getting to do his Youngblood after the reprint series Youngblood Deluxe that we have in the store. The other thing Image is doing is every alternate cover for their books is a Youngblood themed. There's a character or two, kind of in a gotta collect it all here on the new Die book.
I was wondering about that. I didn't realize that's what we
Yeah, and over here, Kaya, if I'm saying that right, we've got Bavrock on there. So for the, here mocking the Uncanny X-Men 100 from back in the day, the Power of Fantasy title. So if you're in the mood, you want to have every Image cover with Youngblood on it, we're prepared to meet those needs. Now they're not all drawn by Liefeld, so just keep that in mind. But there are a lot of I think there was like 21 titles that were going to have this on there. I'm not sure John, the store manager, would have that data. So when you come in and see him, you can ask him about that.
So I'm always looking for a jumping on point for Spider-Man. I sort of found one.
Yeah.
So I randomly picked up Spider-Man Noir #1 when it came out, last one. And this is #2. It's just such a good story. I love a noir story. I like a dark, stormy night kind of thing. And having like a dark, stormy night kind of mystery with Spidey powers, pretty fun. And there's some like evil Nazi stuff and things built in. It's pretty good.
Unfortunately, when I read about Spider-Man Noir, I still hear Nick Cage's voice. I'm reading it. Again, I think Amazon's doing a series for that, so get the book, watch the show when they got it out. For you 90s fans, we got Spider-Man 94, continuing the unofficial season 5 or 6 of the show, very similar to the X-Men animated cartoon. This is
another this.
It's a miniseries. J.M. DeMatteis is writing it, I believe, and getting kind of playing with those characters, not really answering what happened to Mary Jane and how she's back. So if you're looking for that, he even said this isn't the book, but it is good old 90s fun and craziness. We also have Turtles and Godzilla team up book because
who didn't need that?
Who hasn't fought Godzilla yet? The Turtles.
We got another JSA Godzilla book coming.
That will probably
there's JLA Godzilla 2 or something.
Hey, for all we know, Godzilla might be part of DC KO. Keep buying the books; you never know.
Oh, it's true.
Keep an eye out for that.
That's true. There's some really big B's in there.
Yeah.
There's some There's some non-DC character beings in the artwork, at least.
They're in the background.
In the background, they're massive. So I don't know what that's all about.
I've got some more kaijus running around. Got Ultimate Wolverine for those of y'all keeping up the Ultimate Verse. Yes, they are wrapping it all up. But they kind of told you that at the beginning at the 2-year mark. So we're coming close to that. New Venom. Get to find, once again, more Mary Jane. Who's Venom? What's going on?
I thought Mary Jane was Venom.
She is, but there's other There's always shenanigans going on with this. So,
all right,
shenanigans abound.
Venom is, Venom's one that I just cannot get myself into it. I don't like the face. Like it's too.
I enjoyed Venom when he showed up in Spider-Man. I was never a fan of the long term. I got the first one, the first miniseries. Kind of enjoyed it. I did not get into Cates' run. Leave that off. This isn't the podcast either. But Venom does have a healthy following, and
everybody else likes it. Yeah, everybody. My thing is, I don't like bad guys who turn into good guys, or who they try to make into good guys. I don't like that very much. Like, there's a Vader comic. Vader's comic. He's sort of the protagonist. He's the protagonist the whole time. So you see Vader's motivations, but you still know he's like awful and he's freaking Vader.
Yeah.
And until he's redeemed at the end of in return, there's no saving.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. Let's see what else we have. I think we got some trade paperbacks came out this week. A Marvel Ever Collected Doctor Doom. It's got some of the classic Kirby and other things kind of smattered in there. If you're just a Doom fan, you can get your serving there. For the old farts like me, another volume of the Micronauts, Bill Mantelow's Micronauts, as different volumes come out. Peacemaker, Vigilante run, for those of you that were a fan of the John Cena show.
Even better, it's Vigilante Eagly.
Yeah.
So that combo.
Who doesn't want a big eagle?
Who doesn't want more Eagly in there?
Another DC Finest The War comics. Now, you might be going, wow, why would I want to read about that? For fans of Joe Kubert's art and his work, it's a good, inexpensive way to grab some of the issues that you're not going to find out in the wild, but might be a good one-off. There's some other smatterings in there. You got, Superman, the War of Worlds Omnibus, not yet again, another one that can stop a small caliber bullet.
Okay, that's one of my favorite storylines, though. There's some good Ed McGuinness art all in there.
It's good. Just the omnibus form will stop a small bullet.
That's true. Yeah. 22, 9 millimeter.
22, yeah, depending on how far away you are.
Okay. I think that's it. And we have a solid week. Like, the week was so big that our new this week wall, our new releases wall, is bled over to the last week wall. And the last week stuff, we were like, all right, just go ahead and put it in on the big wall. So that's a lot. That's way more than usual.
One other book I'm going to mention, and I'm looking more for people to put in the comment section if you read it. Let me know if it's worth getting. 1776 by Michael Straczynski. It's got some very patriotic Marvel vibes going back to the founding fathers' time somehow.
It looks cool.
It looks cool, but I haven't dipped my toe in it yet. And I'll be interested in y'all's opinion if you think it's worthwhile.
Very mystical looking.
Yes, there's a lot of traveling and mysticism and stuff.
Some super trippy Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
look at that.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna show it on the camera.
Oh, that's true.
It's a copyright infringement. No, I'll be.
I don't know if that's true either. But the next thing we're going to try to iron out with this is that we do have ratio variants in the store. They're up front, and as good of video editors as we are, we haven't quite figured out the best way to seamlessly show you all those without messing up John's pile, and we don't want to mess up John's pile up there. But we're going to try to get that figured out because the ratio variants need a home, and I'd love them to be in yours.
I bet the Youngblood variants are insane.
Oh, we got 3 different covers right here. We got something that glows in the dark. I don't know, or it's chromium.
I think we at least have a 1 in 100 of that one. And with that comes 4 1 in 25s, a couple of 1 in 50s, and some 1 in 10s. But I think we might have 2 the 1 in 100. If they did a 250, we probably got that. It is a massive stack here that we have. We don't usually order this many of a book, but Youngblood is huge. Sold out of distributors. What I'll say is we stocked pretty well, but you probably ought to get to a shop pretty fast because they sold out at distribution way before they brought it out. They've already ordered a second print run, so there's going to be a second printing, and we haven't even sold a single copy yet.
It's huge nostalgia for people, but reach out to John if you have questions about how many variant. If you're interested in one of those, we'll happily rehome these comics from our home to yours. So
I think you can take one of each variant if you want, but we limit it to 2 copies. So 2 copies of a book. So just keep that in mind as you're picking this one out. This will be one that we'll have to be careful with people that come in to flip them because there's even so much activity on Youngblood. So come pick it up while you have a chance. It looks super fun.
Thanks again for listening as always, and we'll talk to you next week.